Now, the Symphony Choir of Johannesburg, founded by the renowned Richard Koch in 1980, is set to deliver a breathtaking performance of Mendelssohn's majestic oratorio Elijah on Sunday, the 5th of October. That's this Sunday at 3 o'clock at the esteemed Linder Auditorium in Parktown. With a rich history spanning over 45 years, the choir is celebrated for its exceptional standards and diverse repertoire encompassing iconic works like Bach's Passions, Handel's Messiah, and Verdi's Requiem. Comprised of passionate musicians who undergo rigorous auditions, the choir promises an unforgettable experience. Now, this particular rendition of Elijah will shine with the talents of acclaimed South African artists, tenor Sunnyboy Dladla and soprano, Andiswa Makana, making it a very, very special event. Well, the founder of the Symphony Choir of Johannesburg, Richard Koch, is in studio, as well as Sunnyboy and Andiswa. What a pleasure to have all of you in studio, and welcome.
Thank you.
And for you, not especially, but Richard, welcome. I mean,
thank you.
The legend of the industry, and you're not a stranger to being here in the old SABC buildings.
I'm not at all. This is where I started in 1980. In radio, actually, not in TV.
On the radio side of things. Well, it's great to have you back in here. And Richard, we talk about a founding vision. What inspired you to establish this? If you take us right back to the beginning to get this ensemble to make this happen.
Well, I was working in England. I was born here in South Africa, and then when I'd finished university, I went to work in England for some years. And while I was there, the then head of music contacted me and asked me to come back and found or refound the choir, because it had been destroyed by Dallas, if you can believe it. So
oh, wow.
When TV started...
Dallas, the sitcom, where everybody used to gather around the TV and
because it was on the same night as the choir rehearsal. So it destroyed the choir in one fell swoop. So I had to refound the choir. It had been going since about 1947, actually, and it died in 76, I think. So I restarted it in 1980, and it's been going strong ever since.
That's fantastic. Yeah. I mean, we're talking about a 45-year history.
Years, yeah.
You know, this is huge because there's so much that's changed, and yet to see so many people still wanting to be a part of it. Where does this come from? I mean, where would you say the passion is derived from?
Well, first of all, it's a very special community. A choir is a community of people. And the people love to sing, you know, and a lot of churches don't have choirs anymore. So people come, they join the symphony choir, and it gives them a sense of community once a week in this choir, and they get to sing the sort of music that they love.
Yeah.
And people who love singing really love singing.
Yeah.
So they come once a week and they rehearse, and then we have concerts, you know, 5, 6, 7 times a year, and they give it their all, actually. Yeah.
Well, talking about people who love singing, we have 2 of them sitting right next to you, because they're here, they're part of it as well. So, Andiswa, let's talk to your journey, and then I'll ask Sunnyboy the same. I mean, where did it all start for you?
For me, it started in primary school. I'm from Port Elizabeth.
Okay.
And so in standard 2, as a music teacher in my school, I don't know how she heard me out of 45 or 50 standard 2 kids sitting in the hall.
Yeah.
And she said, listen, at the end of this class, can you stay behind? I said, yes, ma'am, I'm a very obedient child. And then she said, listen, the school is going to have a talent competition. Don't you want to enter in the junior section? I was like, okay, I thought it was like a command. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I entered the competition, and I won the first prize.
Oh, wow.
And from that day on, she started grooming me. And she sent me on many different school Eisteddfords, and she entered me in a lot of contests in Port Elizabeth and Eastern Cape, where I'm from. And then from there, everything started, and I ended up in music school in the TUT in Pretoria, and Germany.
Ah,
yeah.
So when we say Germany, are you in Germany at the moment? Are you singing in Germany? Tell us about this, because that is a beautiful accolade for you.
Thank you so much. I live in Germany. It's been 11 years now.
Okay.
Through a scholarship that our Richard Koch is part of. It's called the Mozart Festival.
Yeah.
And I was lucky enough to get a scholarship to go and study in Germany. I studied my master's in Cologne, the music school in Cologne.
Yeah.
And so I've been working in Germany as a freelancer, which means I don't work in one specific opera house. I work here and there, you know, where I get contracts and I get to do the lovely roles that I love.
Oh.
And it's also a privilege and an honor to also be able to come back home and sing for my community and the people that I actually grew up singing with in the local choirs also in South Africa.
Oh, what a story, Andiswa. That is just so beautiful. So I'm going to move to you, Sunnyboy. Sure. No stress. No, I mean, don't outdo
no
Andiswa.
pressure.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's a precious story, but I imagine your story is as beautiful. So your beginnings, when you fell in love with this?
So it's all started in school as well, primary school, all in Pretritive.
Yeah. In Pretritive?
In Pretritive. Now it's in Kondo.
What happens in Pretritive?
I don't know, because also Pretty was there.
Exactly.
So
we
were same class, from primary to high school. We were together, yes.
Did you used to sing together?
We sang together a lot.
Okay.
We were in the same class. And yeah, it started there. And then, of course, I went to Cape Town because of Pretty.
Oh, wow.
She went first because she got a scholarship, and then she was like, you need to come with me. I was doing totally something different because I never thought I would get to UCT because my parents were not that well off for me to go to university. So I got the chance to go to Cape Town, and of course I studied there, things went well. And then I went to study in Germany, in Lübeck, and then continued to study my master's again in Switzerland because of the Ackermans family. They've been there from the beginning. So, and then life started. I was freelancing for so many years, and I was also in few opera houses, Deutsche Oper Berlin, as a fixed ensemble member. I went to Dortmund, and then I ended up being fixed in Hanover. And then lately I'm just like, I decided, okay, now I have a family, I need to freelance because my wife is also doing so well. So I've been in Germany for such a long time.
Oh, guys, this is so incredible. And you know, the thing is, I don't think many South Africans know how well our talent and stars are doing. I mean, Richard, what I'm reading into this is that you have a lot to do in the background for this.
I have a lot to do in the background, and it gives me such pleasure to find young singers. We have a master class once a year, and someone is chosen from that master class to go and study in Lübeck, actually, that Sunnyboy mentioned. We have a very strong link with the Hochschule, the music high school in Lübeck.
Yeah.
And we send someone every year to go and study there.
Wow.
And there are many now, all around Europe. I mean, we don't need to name them, but there are lots.
But I must also give a credit to Maestro. He's done an amazing job to sponsor almost all of us, because I was sponsored by him from the beginning as well. And then I got other sponsors because I had to go, because he had to help others. Like
me.
I'm anxious.
Exactly.
So really, a big thank you to Maestro for everything. He's done a wonderful job for so many singers.
But it gives me such pleasure to be able to help these very talented and they're young people, and there are many of them.
Yeah,
many. I mean, we could name probably 5 or 6 from Gqeberha.
Yes.
and many from Mkondo.
Mkondo, yes.
You see?
That go, and all over Europe, Britain, Germany, America, there are singers who've come from South Africa who are doing incredibly well.
Yes. And I mean, I just can't, I can't stop thinking of Pretty, who even was singing for the King. I mean, come on.
What a great opportunity.
It's incredible to know from the roots that we come from, that we're spreading this joy and talent around the world. In fact, I can't help but think about a young girl who we showcased on the show. A bit earlier this week, we've got a segment called Smile South Africa, and I'm trying to remember what her name was, but this young girl was singing opera. I'm going to plant the seed in our producers' heads so that maybe you can listen to this voice. Young girl, and she was singing opera, and it was just absolutely beautiful. So maybe by some chance they'll be able to find it for us. But you know, when you're living somewhere in South Africa, you know, and especially those that are out, you know, not necessarily being subjected to the beautiful theatres and the Linder Auditorium and those kind of things. How do we induce a love for opera music and for this kind of music?
You know, it is being followed by many people in schools. There's a fantastic competition.
Yes.
Is Tirisano?
Yes, it used to be Tirisano.
I think
now
it's Patrice Motsepe.
Yes,
it has changed.
Yes.
But there are competitions, and a lot of young people at schools get involved in these singing competitions or Eisteddfods. And I'm involved with choirs in Limpopo at the moment. I'll be going up there in a couple of weeks to work with some choirs and young people there, soloists, University of Limpopo, and in the schools in Polokwane. So it does happen a lot around the country. It's sort of under the radar.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. And of course, not everybody hears all these products that we produce, but there's an incredible amount of talent in South Africa.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
In fact, I think what you were saying is the Patrice Motsepe one. This is the one that the young girl was singing.
Okay.
We found her. So just have a quick snippet.
Okay.
Tell me what you think.
Okay.
I'm a novice. I don't know anything, but listen to this. What do you think?
Incredible.
Just coincidentally, I think about 2 days ago we showed this.
And that's a schoolgirl.
Yeah.
I mean,
And you know, I think, Leanne, that the people that we overlook sometimes are the teachers.
Yeah.
This young lady was trained by some teacher who we don't even know the name of, who took their time to teach her Italian, because we don't speak Italian.
No.
She is singing Italian. I don't know if she even knows what she's saying.
Wow.
But it takes a teacher to invest his time or her time in grooming that, to teach her to also appreciate the love of opera. And that is incredible. And I think we should give more credit to teachers as well.
I agree. And your story is proof of that, because your teacher found you, heard you, and said, no, hang on, wait, there's something here. And boy, is there something here. Because look where you are now. So I want to get back to what this was all about, because we could get so wrapped up in all of this. But you're all putting on a performance, and it's happening on Sunday.
Yeah.
So perhaps you want to tell us a little bit about this performance. Go, Sunnyboy and Andiswa, and then Richard, you can wrap it up for us. Sunnyboy?
So I think it's we're doing the Mendelssohn Elijah by Mendelssohn.
Yeah.
I think it's a very fantastic piece of music which is full of provocative story, but with no action. You just sit there, you get fascinated by the actual story that is happening in the piece. I think it's a wonderful piece, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So, Richard, tell us about why the fascination with this. What is it about?
It's a very dramatic story, the story of Elijah, and it's sort of apropos because it's about a drought that was in the land, both a spiritual and a physical drought. And the people had turned away from God. So it's about coming back, the life coming back to the land, and the life coming back to the spiritual life of the people. Yeah. It's on Sunday, 3 o'clock at the Linder Auditorium, and the booking is at Quicket. It's got a big orchestra. We've got 150 in the choir, and 4 spectacular soloists, because there are 2 more apart from these 2.
Who are the other 2, by the way, just before we go?
Minette Pierce and a fantastic bass called Conroy Scott.
Amazing.
He's Elijah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's Obadiah, and she's a widow.
I'm a widow.
She's a widow.
This is amazing. And I think we're going to get a taste of what's to come by our phenomenal musicians, artists, sopranos, whatever you want to talk about that are here, soprano and tenor. The founder of the Symphony Choir of Johannesburg, Richard Koch, our tenor, Sunnyboy Dladla, and soprano, Andiswa Makana, talking to us about the Symphony Choir of Johannesburg. The performance is happening on Sunday. You can still book your tickets. It's at the Linder Auditorium, Mendelssohn's majestic oratorio, Elijah.